everyone, it's Suzi here, and today we're playing Reverse 1999. For today's video, we're continuing our playthrough for Showdown in Chinatown, and I am on to stage 11. Alright, so you might notice I look the same and whatever from the end of the last video, but yes, I just finished reading 10 SC10 for the stages, and I saw that this one was another 3 battle one, so I need to see if I can farm the Arduous to get more of these lovely gossip notes, because I've been farming stage 4 and I would like to assume that farming this is higher. 270 instead of 250? That's it? Whatever. Okay, well, that's what we're gonna try to do. I have no idea if I will be successful, but let's go through this story first. Hey, Kelefe.
You mean to say that you're a stunt woman? Seriously?
Awry chuckles and shakes her head before turning her wheelchair in disinterest.
Thank you, officer. Well, judging by your uniform, you're from the Vigils Bureau, aren't you? I appreciate the gesture. It's true that we may be able to attract more viewers if we have a video on the cast list. But filmmaking isn't as easy as you think. Maybe I can fit you in next time.
Rejection. But refusal is
I'm
not an
familiar
option in
with
this
movies,
operation.
especially yours. I'm actually a big fan. And I saw the performance just now. Not to be rude or anything, but I think I can handle the stunt. For the betterment of the movie. That's what Miss Latham said you were after. Is that right?
Her words stir up a storm.
What? Does she even know what she's talking about? That's some pretty big.
Even Awry can't help but let out a amused chuckle at Liang's words. Even so, her wheelchair comes to a stop.
That's true. But are you certain that you'll make my movie better? Yes.
Are you, though? To be honest, no. Liang knows that filmmaking is far more complex than it appears. Her answer is far from the truth. But if she's gonna uncover the truth, she has to act the part. How pretty.
Interesting.
That is a lovely shot again of Miss Noir.
Since you insist, let's give it a try. Show me what a vigil can do.
It isn't a perfectly clever trick, but fortunately the thumb's words weren't false. Noir would never turn down an opportunity to improve her films. Noir's set. So we just battle things as part of the story, even though they're not a real fight. Alright. It's fine.
It's an honor to meet you.
Listen up. In the first scene, your martial arts apprentice in Chinatown cornered in an alley by a group of thugs. You're an outsider here, trying to avoid trouble, so all you can do is curl up and take the beating. Are you ready, Vigil? Yes. Action. Eat this, you don't know what. Or... Eat this. Don't you know what hand over money means? You wanna suffer? Go break her legs. Yeah, you got it, boss. Ugh.
You can hear it. Shh. I hear something.
I love that animation. Defeat. Do not attack the enemy. Do not hit auto. That's hilarious.
Are they here to play cat's cradle?
Do not attack the enemy for how many rounds? Wait, what was it? For the first few rounds. Well, when? A few is 3, right? A couple is 2?
Hey, I'm the support staff.
But good, good. Second scene. You've had enough. You're humiliated and furious. Ready to fight back. Get it together. No more looking weak. Show me your anger. Now, you get up from the ground, not to prove yourself, but to tell them that whatever you've lost, you're taking it back. Action. Boss, she's standing up again. What are you afraid of? She's just a crippled runt. Battle 2. Now we really fight. So let's throw out some
The
debuffs.
drop of golden elixir. It is here.
Oh, wait, do we do that first, maybe? Oh, we can't change it. You know what? It's fine.
I hear something. Innovation. They're not half bad. Everywhere. Retreat. What? I can't make the call.
Oh boy. So do I
We should
go?
listen to what
I
people
did not mean
say.
to move. Oh shit, I just wasted a move. It's fine.
So loud. Secrets always hide in careless work. Listen carefully.
I probably wasted the ultimate, didn't I? She's gonna kill someone. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Cut. Oh, that's
The
it.
curtain has fallen.
But it gets harder, right? What gets harder? Maybe it was a different battle, though.
Excellent. Bravo.
Why are they so muted? Looks so dark.
Exactly as you claimed. No, even better. Really spectacular work. A perfect take.
I'm flattered, Director.
Noira's eyes glisten as she watches the playback from the shot. Meanwhile, after nearly 20 failed takes, Liang returns to the dressing room, her costume drenched in sweat. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. When she emerges back in her vigil's uniform, a bottle of water is handed to her.
It's not open.
Thank you.
Didn't expect you to pull it off. That was a dangerous stunt. Scared the crap out of me. All right. So you did a good job one time. But let me tell you, it takes a lot more than that to win recognition in this industry.
She's not trying to be in the industry, she's fine.
You really gotta hone in on the dramatic scenes if you want to move out of the stuntwoman box. You're good looking, and you took that scene pretty seriously. If you are, then I'll suggest you be a little more humble. There's always room for improvement, you know?
Bitch, I'm a cop.
You're right,
I'm not an
sorry.
actress, right?
but I'm not even stunt woman, let alone an actress. This is all just a bit of fun for me.
Is that so? Oh, what a shame.
The Queen of Set rolls over in her chariot, stopping beside Liang.
I appreciate your sincerity, but I'd be even more appreciative if you were willing to do a few more scenes.
If it's just for a short time, I'd like to help in any way I can.
Fantastic. Follow me. We can have dinner and look at the script together. I have a few changes I want to make to the story. Trust me, the audience will be more than happy to hear a line or two from you.
Oh,
Lines? Okay.
so she's just gonna be in one of her films. Things seem to be taking an unexpected turn.
That's all. Well, have you memorized them?
Yes, every word.
I mean,
Well-
this girl has like a photographic memory.
Aren't there too many?
The blank spaces in the script spread out on the table are filled with Noir's flamboyant pen strokes.
She's got a point, Director. The investors might not approve, though. They already told us not to change the script like we did in Hong Kong.
Relax. We've done this before. They never read the script anyway. Besides, I'm not exactly asking for a monologue here. It's only 3 lines, just what's needed to make the character complete.
Lynn gives a helpful sigh. She knows all too well how pointless it is to try and change Noir's mind.
I'll keep practicing until filming starts.
I look forward to your performance.
By the way, I saw some deity dolls and sedan chairs on the set. The Dushu Festival is coming up, right? Is the crew joining the Shohu parade?
Those are our props. Our final scene is set at the Shohu parade. I already spoke with the organizers in Chinatown. They've allowed us to shoot during it.
Oh.
Really? The last CO7 movie ended with the Shohu parade too.
Noir's eyes light up. She smiles.
Good memory. Looks like you meant it when you said you were a big fan.
The restaurant owner serves their meal, pausing their script's discussion for the time being. Noir and her assistant pick up their chopsticks, but Loggerhead remains still.
So, did you find anything? You said that your beastie friend could detect things tainted with evil, right? So, did it sense anything wrong with the director?
While Loggerhead speaks in a hushed tone, the conspicuousness of her head makes talking in secret a near impossible task. Feeling Noir and Lynn's subtle glances, Liang squirms in her seat.
No, that doesn't mean...
I told you she'd never do that. Hey, she can hear you, you know?
The situation's already beyond repair.
I'd never do what?
For a brief moment, Liang feels a splitting headache. She shoots a mildly accusatory glance at Loggerhead, causing her to visibly shrink.
Sorry, I don't like skirting around things.
I mean, you don't talk at a table about the people at the table when you're right across them at the table.
Can't we just ask her straight up?
Not really. If every criminal just confessed to their crimes, the vigils wouldn't exist.
No clumsy cover-up will fool the director now. There's nothing for it but to be upfront. Perhaps this is for the best anyway.
Actually, I didn't just come here to apologize. There's something I want to ask you about.
What is it?
A perfectly measured balance of curiosity and confusion, yet no real surprise. A renowned director having a knack for acting isn't exactly shocking. In fact, it's about as surprising as amateur failing miserably to do the same thing.
It's about the strange things happening in Chinatown these days.
So all this was just to butter us up so you could investigate your case?
The assistant who was all smiles moments ago suddenly falls silent. Despite her careful preparation, the situation is difficult for Liang.
Sorry, madam, but it's my job. As I said, strange things have been happening in Chinatown that bear a striking resemblance to the film incident that you were involved in 8 years ago, Miss Noah. The case document stated that the origin of these events is a film reel titled Reunion of the Three Swallows, a movie created by your friend, He Rizhi. Miss Latham said you watched a film with her in her room a few days ago. Do you have any idea where that film reel is now?
Oh, she just watched it? I thought she meant she watched it a long time ago.
That film reel.
Did you not know what it was?
I had no idea.
Noir's expression darkens. Clearly she realized why Liang has brought up that film reel.
That film we watched together. Well, to put it mildly, it had nothing of interest. It didn't seem to have any semblance of a story, even. It couldn't have been one of Teresa's.
Liang recalls that the archive of the Reunion of the Street Swallows cited Teresa as the English name of the creator. Noir and her had been friends since their days studying abroad, and it seems Noir still uses that name even now. Investigation reports, and speculations flicker around through Liang's mind, but seeing the somber look on the woman before her, she decides to set them aside for now.
Maybe the original content has been contaminated. According to the Foundation's records, the film reel has two abilities: play and record. The play ability allows it to conjure its contents into reality in a form similar to a movie image, which accounts for the hallucinations and phantoms the victims mentioned. The record ability captures the souls of those in the same effective range as play, and the victims lose a part of themselves, like their sanity or their memories.
Oh boy.
The case document doesn't mention anything about contamination, but my guess is that the souls recorded by the film have polluted the original content of the film.
Shame on them. Whoever's behind this.
Noir mutters a curse, and both she and Liang fall to silence. Meanwhile, Lin and Loggerhead look utterly lost.
Wait, what are you talking about? Can you explain it to me simply, please?
Miss Noah didn't know that that film was a reunion of the Three Swallows. So naturally, she didn't take it. I think she's telling the truth.
Really? That's great news!
But then who did? No one responds. Loggerhead looks around and slowly lowers the arm she raised in premature celebration.
Oh, right. The film's still missing, so it's not great news. But at least Noir wasn't up to something when she made friends with me, right? Definitely good news for me.
She turns to Noir.
That means we're still friends. Let's help each other. Liang said that the film reel could cause some problems for you. Let me help you find it. I'll catch that thief and take the film back to the ACD. Then you'll be safe. I'll clear my name, and the problems in Chinatown will be solved. That's 3 birds with 1 stone. Genius, right?
If only it were that simple.
No, Miss Latham. This is what I like about you. You always speak your mind.
Her eyes squint a little as she curves her mouth into an unexpectedly gentle smile.
Our relationships are so complex, aren't they? That's what makes them so intriguing, captivating, really. A constant source of inspiration. But sometimes I feel that life is better kept simple. Wouldn't you agree, Miss Vigil?
Agree.
There are certainly simpler ways to say I'm suspicious of you, and I have no intention of cooperating.
May I ask you another question?
Please.
The rumors about CO7. Which ones are true?
I don't think a few old stories will help you solve the case.
It's not only for the case, but for my own curiosity. I wasn't lying when I said I was familiar with your works. I really like them. And this question matters a lot to me as a fan.
I see.
Noir ponders for a moment.
In that case, I really don't think you should know the truth for your own good. I appreciate your love for my work, but it's not a good idea to dig too deep into what went on behind the scenes. Just enjoy the stories for what they are. Otherwise, the magic will be ruined.
Very true, right? She gives a slight shake of her head, but a flicker of contemplation passes through her own downcast eyes.
Well, I can tell you one thing that might interest you, though.
Next one. Okay. So the battle I did is the one I have to do harder versions of? Okay, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then continue the story. Alright, we're on to stage 12 now. So we have Mousetrap. Boy. So there's a lot. So we're getting close, guys. I know that it gets pretty spoilery at 15, so I've got to be prepared for that one. Let's do the thing. Night has deepened, and the little restaurant on the corner outside of Chinatown is almost empty. The doorbell chimes, and 2 people walk in.
Scott and Saul Officer, over here.
Again, it's Poitiers. Have you seriously already forgotten my name? It's only been 3 hours.
She says it different than I've heard other people say, but it's her name, so... Anyway. At Loggerhead's call, the 2 newcomers take a seat at her. Take a seat at her? Oh, at her and Liang's table. Oh god, I'm off to a great start.
Couldn't find anything useful. Sorry. I already asked the investigators who came with me to track down the other missing items. You know, to cover up for Loggerhead, but so far they haven't found anything. As for the person who stole the item, I haven't a clue.
Well, at least there haven't been any reports of arcane explosions or earthquakes. No news is good news, right?
Maybe.
What about you? Any leads?
Miss Noah didn't take the film, but she refused to tell us anything about its curse or the former owner, He Rijun.
She lets out a deliberately dejected sigh, withholding the final message Noir gave her.
Looks like I'm the only one who has good news.
You do? What about?
Poitiers tilts her head, gesturing past Scott to the darkened street outside the window.
The illegal trade of arcane items. You told me to keep an eye on it. I contacted my guy who tracks all that stuff. Told me about this trader called Pug Dog, a middleman in the black market. He was pulled over for speeding this morning, but he actually paid the ticket right away. Can you believe that? I wouldn't be surprised if he shot the police car and ran away there.
An outlaw suddenly behaving himself. He must be up to something important. Something big enough to make him avoid getting into trouble over a speeding ticket.
The officers thought the same, so they tracked him to this stolen car, right? Well, guess where it's headed? Here. Chinatown.
Oh boy. A man with a deep, jagged scar across his brow saunters under the moonlight. At last he stops, slipping into a darkened alleyway. He has no idea that 4 silent pursuers are lurking nearby, hidden under a rookie vigil's silent shadow arcane skill.
What's he doing?
Waiting for someone's my guess.
A middleman for the arcane black market. So he probably has the cursed film. And now he's planning to sell it to someone. We should get him now, before the film's sold off. Come on, this is our chance.
We don't know what he has for sure. Liang clamps a hand over her mouth just in time, muffling her outburst.
Someone's coming.
From the depths of the shadows, a figure emerges. Not walking toward Pug Dog, but riding something. Perhaps a wheelchair?
Good evening, sir. I hope I didn't keep you too long.
You got the dough?
Of course.
Noir pulls a rectangular object from her
It's
coat.
an envelope. Looks pretty thick.
Poitiers is right. Pug Dog takes the envelope and pulls a handful of bills from it, before nodding in satisfaction.
All here. Don't you worry, all right? You can trust me. Everyone in LA knows Pug Dog.
He stuffs the bulging envelope in his pocket before pulling an item from
Here's your
his
stuff.
jacket. The item cuts an arc through the darkness, landing precisely in Noir's waiting hands.
I like customers like you. Generous and to the point. Alright, I'm out of here. Pleasure doing business with you. And hey, feel free to call me again.
He scans the area before turning back to Noir, lowering his voice.
Seeing as you're a good customer of mine, here's a bit of advice. Watch your back on the way out of here.
What do you mean?
Oh. But Noir doesn't get the chance to press further. The moment has come. Liang strides out
Sorry
from
to
the
interrupt,
shadows.
but neither one of you will be making your own way home. Miss Noah, Paddock. I'm afraid you'll be coming to the Arcane Affairs office with me.
Fucking cop!
Ah! Chinatown alleyway.
Finally, some interesting work.
I'm just gonna let this YOLO. It should be pretty good by now.
Please let me your power awaken. My responsibility. You won't get away. Stop! Please stay behind me. My responsibility.
Nice. I love Liang.
Hey, I'm the support staff.
Although I like her little police outfit better than
I can
the
hear it.
fancy version for Insight 2.
Radio waves are everywhere.
Case closed. I'll be sure to write a report and put.
Alright.
Ow! Easy! Easy!
Shut up and stay down!
Pugdog's attempts to fight back have been utterly useless.
Miss Noah, could you show me what he gave you?
Go ahead.
She hands a dusty gray box to Liang. Inside is an ordinary-looking film reel, but Liang can feel the vessel containing a juggling growing warmth in her
Super 8
against her skin.
millimeters. This must be it. Reunion of the Three Swallows. He Zhijun's final work. The culprit behind the strange happenings in Chinatown.
Yet for now it lies quietly in her grasp, docile and unthreatening.
Well, that was easier than expected. Half a day and we've already tracked it down. Now all we gotta do is
All that
stop it
happened
from
in half
doing
a
its
day?
arcanum-y thing.
Nuh-uh.
But how? Smash it?
Before Liang can respond, Noir voices a polite opposition.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I have to admit, Miss Noah's right. Arcane items need to be handled with the utmost care. No one knows what will happen once it's broken. We could make things worse.
Fine. Let's take these two back to the office first. On your feet, tough guy. We gotta go.
Ugh. Damn it! How'd you find me? Some asshole sell me out?
Pugdog is yanked up from the ground. He reluctantly follows Potia, grumbling and cursing under his breath. But as he passes Liang, he stops.
You?
He stares. Not at her precisely, but at the figure cowering behind her.
It was you! You fucking traitor! I should have known you were working with the cops!
Our little Scott, Constance Scott? Or no, Loggerhead. Tilts her head in confusion.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Her memory.
Wait, let me explain. This is just a misunderstanding.
Don't worry, Miss Scott. You're right. There has been a misunderstanding between you and him. Allow me to explain.
She know? Scott heaves a sigh of relief, only for Liang's next words to hit her like a thunderclap.
You never had the intention of betraying him, nor were you working with us. You simply gave him the item you wanted to sell. That's it.
Wait, what? To be continued. Why would she want to sell it, though? We did talk about the break-in and Loggerhead, so she probably helped Loggerhead. This is getting interesting, isn't it? Alright. SC11-15, a project gone awry. Okay. Let's go.
What? What do you mean?
She doesn't remember anyway. Loggerhead turns to her friend, then to Pugdog, then back to Liang. She remains totally expressionless.
The truth was
can you really
always
see her
there,
expression?
hidden beneath the lies and distractions. All you have to do is whittle them down, one by one. The probable cause of the events in Chinatown is the reunion of the Three Swallows film reel, and apparently, Miss Noah has a history with it.
And yet, the specifics of this history remain unclear. Liang glances at Noir, only to be met with her signature unreadable smile.
But Miss Noah doesn't have anything to do with the Foundation. There's no way she could sneak into the ACD and steal the film. The same goes for this gentleman or any other outsider. So, the thief who wants Miss Latham to take the fall must work for the Foundation.
Oh boy.
In fact, since they stole the item without being noticed, they probably work for the ACD. And they must be close to Miss Latham to know enough about her amnesia to be able to take advantage of it.
Ouch. So she pretended to be her friend to be all cutesy and innocent. See, she suspected her from the beginning, right? But I totally was, I guess, distracted by the cute little innocent nerdy girl act, I guess, right?
But loads of people at the ACD know about my condition. You can't pin it on Scott just from that.
Oh boy. For the first time, the ever-cheerful Loggerhead takes on a harsh, indignant tone. She stamps her foot and turns toward her friend.
That's way too harsh, right, Scott? Right? Scott? Say something, will you?
Scott only stares at the floor as she tries to calm her quivering breath. How long have you known?
How long have you known?
Why didn't you say it right away? Sorry. Scott has finally managed to force out a few words.
Since Miss Latham said you were good friends, with all due respect, your plan was far from perfect.
I knew it. You brought me along so this guy would call me out.
After a long sigh, Scott lifts her head, speaking with a resigned kind of ease.
You're right. I messed up. My plan was far from perfect because, well, I couldn't stick to the so-called plan since the very beginning. I didn't know the Foundation was already investigating the theft until after I'd hidden the items in Loggerhead's room. Then I had no choice but to use this idiot as the scapegoat. I never thought she'd accidentally bring the film to LA, or that I'd be ordered to investigate the case.
This idiot. Oh, she really is being mean about Loggerhead.
I got in touch with this guy a long time ago, and the trade site happened to be in LA too. So, my plan was to get the film back and sell it right afterwards. But things didn't go as smoothly as I thought. I shouldn't have gotten greedy, or been so nice to this dummy.
She shoots a piercing glare at Loggerhead before quickly looking away. Whether out of disdain or avoidance is unclear.
But we're friends, aren't we?
Aww. Her voice is as fragile as brittle glass. Scott shatters it off with a scoff.
Friends? Don't be ridiculous. I don't know how you can act like nothing's wrong when literally everyone is laughing at you. And the fact that they thought that I was one of your kind. Ugh, what an insult. I only hung out with you because I had no choice. You're an idiot who forgets everything every 3 days. It's your own damn fault. Anyone looking for a scapegoat would immediately think of you.
Quit it. I don't want to hear any more of your BS.
Scott scoffs one more, refusing to look at her friend for even a second.
Hands up, Miss Scott. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Wait, you're still going to fight?
Oh boy.
interesting work.
But how? She doesn't have the reel anymore. How is can she still summon these monsters? She's been deeply corrupted. The ghost plagues have latched onto her. She didn't summon them. They were always lurking within her. Stay away. Get back. This isn't over. I haven't made her acknowledge me. I still have a plan. Her mind's starting to unravel already. Poitier, we have to take her down now.
Please, whose heart is beating so loud? Awake. Agents have guns. It's called common sense. Retreat. What? I can't make the call.
I think we're okay for the full auto here.
Please, it is here.
It's messy, but for now it still works.
My responsibility.
Oh boy. Should I be doing mental damage to her instead of reality? It's fine. All my best DPSs are reality damage, except Charlie. And then I stopped using her because I got all these other fun characters.
Awake. Agents have guns. You won't get away. Common sense. Retreat. What? I can't make the call. Please, it is here. I can hear it. Be careful.
Almost.
My responsibility.
Nice.
Case closed. I'll be sure to write a report and put it on your table.
Alright. At last, Scott gives up her resistance. Liang pushes her toward Poitier's patrol car, parked around the corner. As they're about to step out of the alley, Loggerhead calls out,
Wait! Scott! I have to know. Why did you steal from the Foundation?
Does it matter?
Scott turns back, laughing coldly in disbelief.
Would you feel better if I had a reason? Oh, please. Your ignorant, stupid little brain makes me sick. It was for the money, of course. And to prove to the others that I'm not a bloody fool like you. Imagine the shock on their faces when they discovered that I did what none of them could. Those so-called unbreakable arcane security skills were easy to deal with as long as I...
Uh-oh. Her words trail off and a puzzled expression comes across her face.
You what? How did you bypass the Foundation security?
I don't remember. That's weird. How could I forget? All I remember is that an office lady talked to me in the corridor.
Oh god.
An office lady? When? What did you talk about?
She showed me something. It was a bit dazzling, but very beautiful.
Wait, was she like manipulated?
Oh, right. It was a
razor-sharp needle slices through the air, cutting her off in an instant. She raises a dazed hand, her fingertips touching the foreign object lodged in her throat, not understanding why her voice was suddenly vanished. By the time she realized she could no longer breathe, her eyes roll back and she falls to the ground. Silence falls in the starlit alley. Then another flash of silver whistles by. A sharp pain blooms from her palm. She looks down to see a sharp, silvery needle pierced in it. The film slips from her grasp. The reel rolls across the ground, clicking as it hurls into the darkness, until a gloved hand picks it up and brushes it off. Who is it?
Still intact. You've got no idea how long I've been looking for this.
You are...
Hey there, kid. We meet again.
The once famous star smiles at Liang with an easy, friendly charm.
Scott!
No fucking way. Is she dead?
Not yet, but I doubt she can hold on much longer. I'll call an ambulance, and we're gonna need backup.
Loggerhead's scream, Pugdog's cry, and Portia's tense voice all ring in Liang's mind. Liang rationality has already grasped the reality of the situation, but her emotions are refusing to let her shape the conclusion into clear words.
Why are you doing this?
When Loggerhead posed a similar question to Scott, Liang questioned the inquiry. There's no need to ask why evil chooses to do evil. What's wrong is wrong. Evil must be eradicated. Ghost plagues must be purged. And that was the doctrine drilled into Liang since childhood. But now she finds herself forced to ask the same thing.
Tell me. I need a reason.
It's my old friend that you should be asking.
The director person that doesn't get along with Noir? Liang watches as Jising's smile fades and her face turns steely.
Long time no see, Noir.
Yeah,
For her.
it's been a while. The last time we saw each other was in front of her grave, if memory serves. We really should keep in touch more often.
The air in the alley is as sharp as the needle. Noir continues to smile, but wariness lurks behind her eyes.
But you've gone too far this time, my friend.
She glances at Scott's fallen body and gently shakes her head.
This isn't part of our story.
This isn't a set, Director. It's not your call.
She raises a hand and a flash of silver appears through the darkness.
Careful!
She leaps forward, deflects the needle, and stands firm in front of the wheelchair. Jising shows no surprise. The arrows in her... She narrows her eyes a little, as if she foresaw this
That's
outcome.
the spirit. This should be fun with you here, little Vigil. Let's all play our roles, shall we?
Oh my goodness. Ah. Oh man. Okay. Let's see what this little star says. A random scrap of paper with intricate folds, a nod to its owner's boredom during a long meeting. A Vigil's correspondence. This letter was tucked inside a folder of interrogation records. It appears to have been exchanged silently between two Vigil's agents during an interrogation. The two distinct handwritings reflect upon their unspoken dialogue. She's tight-lipped about it, but she seems unaware that we've already figured out everything. Fascinating, like a mouse in a lab experiment. Arrogant yet clueless. There's still one thing left to figure out. How exactly did she learn to crack the anti-theft arcane seal? All her lies disguises, bleh, fall apart under scrutiny. But she hasn't given a single clue about this. Even our artificial somnambulism couldn't uncover anything. Could it be just sheer dumb luck? Disappointing. I thought you better. Never rely on 1,000,000 to 1 coincidences. Always consider the more plausible scenario. You mean she's being controlled by someone? And they've erased her memory so she can't betray them? Exactly. That slippery merchant gave up Scott, but there's no way a minor employee could pull off something like this. Rejoice, we've hooked a big fish. So we're letting her go? Yes, but not without loosening her strings first. Understood. I'll notify Mr. Pedra. I trust he'll ensure Miss Scott feels completely at ease after some subtle adjustments. Good. You're a reliable assistant, Billy. The second writer seemed to reply, but left only a hesitant pen stroke. Alright, lit screen, lit eyes. Number 14.
Finally, some interesting
Oh, fighting
work.
her. Of course. Good, very good. I've been waiting for this moment. The time has come for you to uphold your duty, Miss Vigil. I won't hold back, Miss Jising.
Please, whose heart is beating so loud?
Awake.
Radio waves are
The water.
everywhere. My responsibility. I can hear it.
Responsibility.
They make really weird decisions on full auto sometimes. Using random things instead of combining them.
Be careful.
I guess it's working.
You won't get away. I can hear it. 强梁既出，王有不为。
Yeah. It didn't do much.
Radio waves are everywhere.
Sorry, I forgot to turn down the audio this time for this fight, like the last one. No, wait, don't let your guard down, kid. She's not down yet. What? This power, it doesn't look like it's hers. Wait, what?
The curtain has fallen.
I don't know. What are we laughing at? Or giggling at? I don't know. Alright. Let's screen the dice. We're going in. The hell?
I thought movie stars were just empty suits.
Another volley of silver needles streaks through the air, forcing Liang and Poitier back. Ji Xing stands at the center of the alley, though seemingly trapped between Liang and Poitier. She skillfully uses their positioning to her advantage. Neither officer can risk injuring the other by firing their gun or using an arcane skill, leaving the battle at a deadlock.
We're not going to last much longer. I have to do something. Poitier, cover me! 强梁既出，王有不为。
With the ritual vessel of Changling in her hand, Liang recites the ancient incantation, each syllable clear and deliberate. Ji Xing looks momentarily shocked. This is the beginning of an incantation. Liang knows that more silver needles could come flying at her at any moment. For a brief moment, hesitation creeps over her. As a child, she sat before the screen and watched this figure over and over again, her eyes filled with admiration. She had mimicked her arcane skill countless times. But she never imagined that one day those dazzling silver needles would be aimed at her. Yet she speaks the final words of the incantation. With these words, an ancient contract will be upheld, and the Zhando beast will be called upon to devour all evil, as is her right as the descendant of the Liang family. At least that's what's supposed to happen.
What?
But the alley remains as empty as it was before.
Rookie, watch out!
Someone pushes her aside. She hits the ground hard, a flash of silver, the sound of shouting, then blood, a body falling, a sticky sensation, warmth, chaos. The events that follow are hazy in Liang's memory. A sharp reprimand shatters her haze, pulling her back to focus. A familiar courtyard, a man with a familiar face. In front of him, a little girl stands in a horse stance, sweat rolling down her forehead, her legs are trembling. Yet the man's ebony ruler comes down mercilessly on the girl's shoulder.
不像样，和你讲了多少次，要沉肩坠肘，心静体松。
Two small heads peek over the courtyard wall, giggling and whispering to each other.
看，他就要撑不住了，活该！谁叫他向老师告密的？
The boy makes a goofy face at the girl, holding the stance. The girl, already exhausted, finally loses her balance and collapses to the ground.
疏于练功，三心二用，你看看你怠惰了多少！以这样的体魄，强梁又如何能服从你？继续站，我等一会儿过来检查。扎不稳马步，今天晚上就不要吃饭了。
The man, her father, shakes his head in disappointment and walks away, leaving the girl gasping for breath on the ground.
没意思，他又要站一天了。来，
要不要去录像厅？好呀，去街角那家吧。今天他们家放神秘警探C07。
The children hop down from the wall, laughing as they scurry off.
我也想去录像厅。
The theater, I want to go too. Oh, she said, oh. They're like, what? You're okay? No one hears her voice. No one but herself.
I remember it now. I hated Qiangliang when I was little. Father was always trying to teach me something about the 12 Zhenzi, the master of Qiangliang, fighting the wicked and dispelling evil, fulfilling the duty of my inheritance. I was only a child. It was all too difficult for me to understand. The other kids hated me. I was a traitor, a class president who took the side of the adults and enforced the rules. They'd all hang out and have fun together, while I was left alone. I envied them. Their lives were simple. I wanted that.
一角，两角，五角。
Her piggy bank lies smashed on the ground as she picks through the shards to count every coin. Amidst the broken porcelain, half of a shattered face stares up at her innocently.
对不起，小猪。
She gently brushes her fingers over her face in a gesture of comfort or farewell.
That day, I disobeyed Father, gathered up all my savings, and headed to the theater. That was the first time I watched Detective CO7. It was amazing, but I knew it was just fiction. Just an escape. It wouldn't change anything in my real life. Once the movie was over, I'd have to go back to the same home I had just left. I didn't want to leave. So I stayed in my seat for the closing credits, but the lights didn't come on when the credits ended. Rather, the silver screen lit up again and played something. It was an interview with Miss Qixing.
Aw, she looks so cute.
奇星小姐，有好多小朋友中意你嘅作品，將你視為佢哋嘅英雄。但另一方面，唔少成年觀眾覺得你所飾演嘅警探C07每一次都可以擊敗壞人嘅結局太過理想化，缺乏真實感。對於呢方面，你有咩睇法呢？你覺得呢點係咪警探C07系列嘅遺憾啊？
I mean, it's a movie.
現實世界已經夠殘酷，所以我哋先會喺電影世界入面尋求一個圓滿嘅結局，一個善有善報、惡有惡報嘅理想世界。如果連喺大銀幕上面，我哋都唔可以相信正義同埋公理，咁我哋仲可以相信啲咩啊？
Qixing gazes into the camera, but also beyond it. Her smile carefree, her eyes shining even brighter than the stars.
C07係正義嘅代言人，係鋤強扶弱、匡扶正義嘅英雄。無論面對點樣嘅危機或者險境，佢都可以帶俾大家期望嘅圓滿結局。我希望我哋嘅電影同埋C07呢個角色，可以帶俾銀幕前嘅觀眾力量同埋勇氣。或者唔係每個人都可以喺現實世界成為一個真正鋤強扶弱嘅戰士。 畢竟呢一條路好難行，但係我希望可以通過我哋嘅電影同埋C07呢個角色，至少令大家成為喺生活中為自己身邊嘅人帶嚟圓滿結局嘅英雄。
Aww.
It was just a short interview like any other. But I still remember every word she said. As the master of Qiangliang, you must use your power to fight the wicked and dispel evil. It is your duty to maintain the peace of the world. Qiangliang, the powerful being that had always been a blur to me, suddenly became clear. I realized that I could be more than just a hero who creates happy endings for herself and the people around her. I could be the hero who creates happy endings for everyone. Just like CO7. She was right. Not everyone can do that, but I could. Because I was Yue of the Liang family, the master of Qiangliang. On that day, the burden that had been crushing me suddenly became a blessing.
Oh boy. That was deep. But why isn't Qiangliang reacting for... She's saying...
So, what went wrong?
Yeah, exactly. Image fades as another silver flash brings her back to reality. Sirens, an ambulance, blood, blood, endless blood. It seeps through the fabric of her uniform, drenching her hands. She hears someone shouting.
Stay with me, Portia, please. Why did you do that?
Oh, she's fine. It's Poitier's blood.
I thought you hated me.
People always...
You always hate me.
Now she can hear clearly. She realizes it's her own voice, hoarse with desperation. What did Poitier say to her back then? Blood bubbles from her mouth and nose with each painful breath.
You could tell, huh? But that's... that's in the past. Forget it. We just didn't know you yet.
A blood-stained hand weakly pats Liang's cheek before a falling limp.
No, please, Portia!
Ugh, will you shut up? I'm not dead yet.
A thunderous smack, unbelievable from someone confined to a hospital bed, jerks Liang awake from her nightmare. I was like, wait, what's happening? They're so confusing. First I thought it was Liang, and then we thought it was Poitier. Now it is Liang that's injured. Her head throbs. Dazed, she looks around, taking in the sterile white of the hospital room and the irritated face of her instructor.
The hell you doing sleeping on my thigh, huh? My leg's gone numb. And clean up the drool
Or
on
no,
your chin.
she's fine. I don't know what's happening. Wait, who's injured?
What? I'm sorry.
Just kidding, boo. You're not drooling. All right, turn on the TV for me.
Okay,
I was
she is.
bored out of my mind waiting for you to wake up.
Oh my goodness. That just was a roller coaster of emotion, not knowing what the hell's happening. Holy moly. Syncing up. Welcome to the arcade restaurant. May I take your order? So what happened next? After I passed out, how do you manage to drive off the Night Piercer? We didn't drive her off. She left when she heard the sirens from the reinforcements you called. Chief Eldon arrived. Director Noir used arcane skills to control her puppets and guide them to you. That allowed medics to reach you and Miss Scott in time to get you to the hospital. Sounds like we owe her a big thank you. Sorry, Miss Poitier, I couldn't stop Miss Jising. She took the reunion of the Three Swallows. This is all my fault. Don't beat yourself up, kid. No one expected the Night Piercer to show up like that. How are Scott and Pugdog holding up? Pugdog's been caught and is in custody. Miss Scott is stable after emergency treatment, but she hasn't regained consciousness yet. Doctors believe her coma, like the other victims, was caused by reunion of the Three Swallows. The department has officers guiding her, but until the case is solved, we can't expect her to provide any useful information. As for Director Noir, sorry, I should have informed you earlier. She's the one who tipped me off about the illegal arcane artifact deal. Though she participated in the deal, her honesty, cooperation, and her lawyer's efforts convinced the department not to pursue her case further. Typical Hollywood, director can go from criminal to collaborator in just a few words. We should talk to her again. Maybe there's more she hasn't told us. Okay. Oh boy. Alright. Let's do F15 now as well. This just in.
Tall officer, are you up? I got you guys Chinese food. You must be hungry.
The two officers are both staring intensely at the television screen. The paper cups in their hand are crumpled tight. Multiple people
Almost
injured.
20 suspects in the holding cell were injured. Most were found unconscious at the scene and are now in critical condition at the hospital. The victims include arcane black market dealer Castor and Chicago gang leader Jason the Coyote, both of whom have since been acquitted of their crimes.
Behind the reporter, thick black smoke billows from the scene of a car accident. Flames lick at the oil spilled on the road, sending waves of searing heat into the air.
Out of the way! Out of the way! The ambulance needs to come through! We need banana bags stat! These people could go into shock! Oh, my skin! It burns! Help! Help! Whoever you are who did this! Just wait and see! I'll tear you apart, you asshole!
Medical personnel shove past the journalist as they hurry over with a stretcher. The cursing and wailing of the deranged man behind the reporter echo in the background. It sends chills down their spines.
The fire is speculated to have been started by a victim of a night piercer attack who displayed signs of mental instability. At the same time, similar incidents have occurred at the Lieber Street Detention Center and the Chinatown police station. The situations at both sites are similarly concerning. It has been reported that the Division of Arcane Affairs is considering the potential connections between these incidents. The mysterious figure behind the unresolved night piercer attacks remains their top suspect. As with the previous attacks attributed to the night piercer, the victims of these incidents are once again notorious criminals with extensive records. However, in light of the night piercer's escalating criminal activities, support for the figure is dwindling as concerns for safety rise. In response to ongoing skepticism regarding the lack of resolution of the night piercer case, Deputy Chief Eldon of the Division of Arcane Affairs stated during the press conference that
What just happened? Oh. Poitier slams the button on the remote before flicking it aside. She yanks the IV needle from her hand and grabs her uniform from the
I
bedside.
pass out for half a day and Chi Xing's already turned the city into her personal playground?
Oh no.
Grab your stuff, rookie. We're hitting the road. Gotta find this bitch before she kills someone. What? Your feet stuck to the floor or something?
She's like, nope, I'm not injured. I'm fine, let's fucking go. Let's rage. Poitier stops only when she notices Liang still sitting motionless. Liang purses her lips, struggling to speak under her skeptical gaze.
Deputy Chief Eldon took us off the case. It was an official order.
A few hours earlier, the LA office for the Division of Arcane Affairs fell into
Early
eerie
this morning,
silence.
Constance Scott, a staff member of the Foundation's Arcanum Containment Department, was assaulted during an illegal arcane object trade. She's still in critical condition. Forensic Services has confirmed that the arcane skill traces found at the scene of the attack matched those left by the suspect in the ongoing Night Piercer case. Thanks to Noir and our Vigils cadet Liang Yue, who are both at the scene of the attack, we've been able to confirm the identity of the Night Piercer.
The OG Night Piercer.
Name's Chi Xing, a 29-year-old former movie actress from Hong Kong. She played the lead role in the Detective CO7 series, where she gained a reasonable amount of fame. She was in a few more movies after that, but no big hits.
I would think
She
she's
officially
older
retired
than
from
that.
acting a few years ago.
Yeah, 29, already retired from acting. Liang watched her as a kid, like what, at least 10 years ago? There's no way she was like 18 in the lead role of some 007 detective series. Her age is older. I'm sorry.
The BAU's come to the conclusion that she's
That's
confused
bad.
herself
Continuity.
with her movie character. Possibly a result of a mental imbalance caused by the setbacks in her career. She thinks she's the real-life CO7. The hero who fights evil and cares for the weak. In short, we have a vigilante on our hands. Thanks to a minor mistake from the Foundation's Arcanum Containment Department, we also have a dangerous arcane item. A cursed film reel called Reunion of the Three Swallows, somewhere in the city. Liang has confirmed that Constance Scott, the staff member who was assaulted by Qixing yesterday, is the perpetrator of the theft. As you're all aware, there's been an explosion in mental disorders in Chinatown. We now know that the source is the cursed film reel. It's currently in Qixing's possession, which makes her even more dangerous. Having learned about the history behind this arcane film, we have reason to believe that obtaining it was one of her motives. Since the film's been in her possession, there have been multiple assaults around the city, all matching the patterns of the Night Piercer. But there's one key difference. This time, the victims all showed the same mental disorder as the victims of the film. We believe that the suspect is able to control the film's power to some extent, and she's using it to commit escalating crimes at a much higher frequency. We need to act before the situation gets out of control. Reinforcements from the Foundation and the Vigils Bureau are already on the way. We will do whatever we can to protect our city before they arrive.
Shit's getting crazy. He pauses for a moment as he sweeps his gaze over the officer's forehead.
James, Carter, I'm putting you on the case. You'll be taking direct orders from me. The rest of you, stick to your posts.
Excuse me, Deputy Chief Alden. I need to ask you something.
I already know what it is.
Before Liang can speak, Eldon cuts her off. His tone is calmer than she expected.
You and Poitier saw that something was going on in Chinatown and started an investigation yourselves. You found the culprit behind the ACD theft and stopped an assault that could have ended much worse. You've done a great job.
Aww. But then his tone shifts.
But there's one key thing you failed to do. You had a chance to apprehend the Night Piercer right then and there, but somehow she slipped through your fingers. According to your report and the witnesses' statements, you failed to summon your legendary beast when you confronted the suspect.
Yeah, that's the weird part. It didn't detect her as evil, that means, right?
As a result, not only did the suspect get away, but your partner sustained an avoidable injury. I need my best, most reliable officers on this case.
After a brief pause, he delivers his final verdict.
Sorry, Liang, but you don't make the cut. The two of you will be excluded from the operation.
I mean, they're the ones that discovered everything.
This is bullshit! He can't cut us out! This is our case!
Exactly.
No! We're doing this!
Calm down, Miss Putty. Even if you feel fine, the doctor said you had to stay in bed for at least a few days.
The name's Poitier, and I'm fine, okay? Stop trying to...
Did she fall over? Facts speak louder than words. Liang gently leads Poitier back to the bed. This time, she doesn't resist.
Damn it. So what went wrong? How come your friend... Tang Leng, was it? Didn't show up?
Qiang Liang must have sensed my hesitation and refused my summon. You see, if its master can overcome their selfish desires with an unwavering heart, it can turn on them. Father used to warn me about it.
Because it felt weird attacking, like, someone that she used to idolize.
But that won't happen again. I promise.
Claudia narrows her eyes as she studied Liang for a moment.
If you say so. What are you gonna do now?
Liang takes a deep breath.
I'll continue with the investigation. I need to find Qixing.
What? But that angry grandpa already pulled you off the case.
I have to do this.
What for? Because of your duty to fight evil as the master of Xiangliang?
Claudia furrows her brow, but to her surprise, Liang shakes her head.
I've always had two things guiding me. My duty as a member of the Liang family, and the spirit of CO7. But now, Qianliang has ignored my summon, and Qixing has turned out to be anything but a hero. They were once the beacons of my life, but not anymore. This could be a setback, yes. Or it could be an opportunity. For the first time in my life, I can think about what I really want without having to consider anything else.
After a brief moment of surprise, Poitier lets out a laugh.
You know what, Rookie? It always grinds my gears when you talk about your duty and all that stuff. But what you're saying now, I like it.
Aren't you going to stop me?
Why would I? It's our case, isn't it? There's nothing wrong with doing our job. If Eldon bitches about it, just tell him you bumped into the crook when you were strolling around the city.
Seriously?
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, is there? So what's the game plan, huh? What are you gonna do?
Oh boy.
This scene again? They must have done a dozen takes already, right?
Yeah, I'm no movie expert, but even I can tell the actor's nervous as hell.
Of course he is. Anyone would be nervous if they knew a wanted criminal could show up at any time and mess you up with Arcanum. Eldon tried to keep the details of the case a secret, but that director from Hong Kong told her crew about it as soon as she came back.
Oh boy. The two uniformed figures stand in a narrow alley in Chinatown. They came to protect the target of an attack, Noir, but were politely turned away on the grounds of disrupting filming. Now they can only confirm the situation inside the set by peering through the slightly ajar door.
I mean, I guess they have the right to know. And to run. Half of the extras got the hell out as fast as they could. And look at the other half. They're too nervous to work.
I know. Hey, that's the Vigil's cadet, isn't it? What's she doing here?
The officers said you're here to help, is that right? Excellent. We could really use a hand right now. Come, let's get you in costume.
Oh yeah, because she was actually a surprisingly good actress. Or stunt double, or whatever. Having reached an agreement with Liang to cooperate in an arrest, Noir has not been charged for illegal trading of the arcane object. After being released from custody this morning, she immediately returned to filming. But what did she want with it?
I'm more than happy to help.
That's what I want to know.
But first, I have something important to ask you.
Yeah. Noir pauses.
Right to the point this time. I see.
I don't think there's any need to tiptoe around each other anymore. Could you answer me directly this time? What happened between you, Qixing, and He Rijun, the creator of Reunion of the Three Swallows? How did she die? Why do you and Miss Qixing both want that film? And why is she doing this?
Noir looks at Liang, her usual smile fading slightly.
What do you plan to do with my answers?
To Qixing, I'm probably just another fan, but to me, she and her character mean something. I need to know why. I have to arrest her and find out the truth. Maybe I can still fix things, but Miss Noah, I need your help if I'm going to do it.
This time, Liang says exactly what she's thinking. She holds her breath as she awaits Noir's response.
You mean you want to know more about her? To peek behind the scenes? Learn what really happened behind all the movie magic? I told you it's not a good idea. We create works not just to express ourselves, but to entertain. And when we release them to the public, we open ourselves to all kinds of commentary, whether they be sweet or bitter. But the people behind the characters, behind the production, they are not for entertainment. Their lives are not fiction.
Is that a no?
I haven't finished.
She raises an eyebrow, a hint of mischief growing behind her smile.
Though I don't advocate trying to cross the line between on and off screen, if we cast aside your relationship as fan and actress and treat you simply as individuals, saying, I want to know more about you sounds rather beautiful. It's touching, really. I'll answer your questions, Miss Liang. Follow me.
Oh boy. Ah! I should have known. I knew it was gonna cliffhang me. Okay, now this is something that I can't read because it's a spoiler. It's called, yep, LA Efficiency. New reports, same old faces, same old work. So I'm gonna click it and like put it to where it's like at least on the screen where you guys can see it, but I'm like not actually gonna read it. I'm gonna put it where like, okay, I'm gonna scroll slowly and not read it. I'm just looking toward the camera instead. La la la, I'm seeing words, kinda, but not, nope. This apparently contains a big spoiler. Okay, la la la. I only saw man is vindictive, something in there, that's all I saw. Okay, I didn't read it. I'll come back and read it another time and watch this video back once I'm caught up in the story. But wait, how far in the story do I need to be caught up before this is a spoiler? I don't know. Okay though, that was up through stage 15 of the story mode. So we're going to be doing 16 through 22, I guess, maybe to finish all up last. But that's all for this long ass video. Thank you guys for hanging out and continuing to watch my reactions. Let me know what you guys thought of this series as well, and I'll see you in the next video.